explicit, boy.
We are back with more commentary, with more talk time here on Activated Mornings. Well, it's the first commentary really for the morning. We have on the line Mr. Kingsley DeFreitas, who's going to give us his usual morning commentary. Kingsley, good morning, and over to you.
Yeah, good morning. I was listening to your news this morning with special interest. I am not disappointed with the content, but I was looking forward to hear a story because a few weeks ago I was listening to this radio station and somebody was accused and charged for attempting murder, right? You didn't call the name and Miss Hannah didn't call the name. And listen to the police and the DPP office, it appears that when somebody is accused of something, the investigation file is sent to the DPP, and he or she who holds the office is the one who determines the nature of the charge to brought against the accused person. It is disheartening to hear that somebody was accused of attempting murder. And like I say, the office of the DPP will consider the nature of the offense and the content of the investigation done by the investigation officer and then decide to charge the person. I'm wondering today if somebody, and when they are charged for attempted murder, if that matter could be withdrawn without the assistance of the DPP office, because they tell us that nature and the nature of serious charges is investigated, passed on to the DPP, and he or she will determine the nature of the charge against the person. And I can remember when I spoke on the issue briefly, Ms. Samuel didn't comment much because she didn't probably want to call the person name, and that seemed to be the climate incidences. Today I am hearing that accused person is acquitted. I mean, we spoke yesterday about children and teenagers and other persons getting involved in some level of criminal activities over a period of time. And I tried to link them together. And our friend Josh Collins, I am not a fan of Josh, but I listen to him because whenever he calls, there are things you can learn from. I mean, he thinks that I should not criticize the West Indies team. But yesterday, Josh, if you listen, you talk much more than nonsense. Because yesterday when Mr. Samuel spoke about the issue that I ruled, I like how she avoided no distraction and went back straight to the importance of what we spoke about yesterday. I mean, I can't sometimes, we sit and we wonder why Pigeon is not calling, so we could come to an assumption and leave it right there, and we might be wrong. But sometimes people say you call these programs, you have to engage your brain before you open them up because you don't want people to criticize you for criticize you. So I try not to do that. And that is why I miss Pigeon because he made my work easier. Try to build on his commentary, whether I criticize him or amplify his position. But yesterday I was really disappointed, but I applaud you and Ms. Anna yesterday to continue to you spoke about the issue I raised, and I felt really good as to young people who are understanding the importance of young people activities in service and agreement. And some of these activities may be dubbed as criminal activities, but if you're not caught and charged, you can be referred to as a criminal. And I'm doing this to link this first part of my presentation where somebody could be accused of trying to kill somebody, and all of a sudden the matter is withdrawn. I don't know if the matter is withdrawn because they were advised to by the authority, or they was advised to by the victim, or they was advised and said, hey, you see this person here, he's one of we, leave him alone. So I'm a bit confused, and sometimes I will call you guys off air today and let you know something that I have planned for next week. And I'll enjoy the day. Tomorrow is what, Friday? I see you here. Friday. Have a nice day. I see you talking there. All right.
All right, you as well. Kingsley, have a good one. All right.
All right, that was Mr. Kingsley DeFreitas with his usual morning commentary there. He was speaking about a case that was brought up not so long ago that has been dismissed. You can call us 457-9997 if you wish to give your comments. If you have questions, you want to be a part of the discussion, you are free to do so, all right? So what I'm going to do right here is turn over to Roleza to see what Roleza has to say to this, and then we'll head right back to me.
All right. All right. So Kingsley, I note your commentary, and if I am not mistaken, at the time when the incident happened, I did not call the name of the person involved because I prefer to wait until the police report comes out when the names are mentioned. Yes, everybody knew on the ground who it was. But if I'm not mistaken, and I hope my memory is correct, the reason why I did not mention the name was because I was waiting for something official to come out. And that was the reason why, right? But you yourself too ain't call no name this morning, Kingsley, and it's right there in the news. All right. So I'm not sure why you did mention the name, because it has been in the news, and the news articles that you read or you would have read does actually have the person's name. So Kingsley, for those who may not be informed, he is speaking about charges being dropped against DJ Kano. All right. So his name, his government name is Rohan Cromwell, and he's a popular DJ, and the charges have been dropped. Now, from the articles that I've read, it stated that no details surrounding the case were available. All right. So we do not know why it is the charges were dropped. Now, I note that Kingsley is making mention of maybe the DPP dropped it, and not sure if the reasons why the case was dropped. I think many persons on the ground are speculating that maybe his wife decided not to go forward with the matter. And if you don't have, as far as I know, a complaining witness or whatever the term is, the correct term is, you cannot go forward with a case. All right. Or virtual complainants. I think that's what's the term. Virtual complainants, you cannot go forward with a case, right? I suppose the greater conversation for me, though, Kingsley, is if this is the case, if it is a case where the virtual complainant has chosen not to go forward, then what do we say about these type of situations? Because yes, this was as a result of a domestic situation, right? And many times we see that when such cases are dropped, the women choose not to go forward, right? And we have to look into why it is a woman chooses not to go forward. And I don't want to speculate here. I don't know the reasons why the matter has been dropped, right? I think one of the greater conversations is when it comes to matters such as attempted murder. That is a very serious charge, as you yourself have indicated. Should it possibly be a case where the law should allow for the case to go forward, even if the virtual complainant has chosen to withdraw the charges, right? Because something as serious as that, is there a way? Because I think in the American legal system, if I'm not mistaken, somebody could always correct me, it is possible for you to still go forward with certain matters, even if the witness chooses to withdraw, or the victim chooses to withdraw the matter. And is it a case where maybe we need to look into this so that these matters can actually be taken seriously, so that perpetrators or alleged perpetrators should actually face the full brunt of going through a trial with all the other evidence presented, maybe using the statement of the witness at the time of the victim at the time and putting that into evidence. Is it a case where we need to have a greater discussion with regards to matters such as these? Because attempted murder is a very serious charge. And, women in this case choose to withdraw charges for various reasons, for economic, from emotional, to how people are going to look at society, for feeling sorry for the alleged perpetrator. There are a host of reasons. And if we are going to say that we are serious against matters such as this, of domestic violence against women in particular, then does the law need to be able to get the upper hand of situations like this? So that really is how I look at it. And to me, it needs to involve a greater discussion.
Well, Roleza has already said some of the things that were on my mind, so I'm not going to repeat other than to say that I am in agreement with her. I don't think there is anything else that can be added to this particular topic at this time.
I suppose there's just one thing that I also want to add. I was looking at the report instead, and let me see if I could try to verbalize what I want to say, because since yesterday I was struggling with it. That I noticed coming down to the end of the article. So this one that I read is on One News. And I think I also saw the same thing on St. Vincent Times, if I'm not mistaken. St. Vincent Times, if you didn't do it, I apologize, right? But I noticed, good grief, anything just scrolling. The computer does not want for me to say what I want to say.
Press back the right click. So what's okay?
Right. All right. So I noticed coming down to the end of the article, it says that the easygoing disc jockey known for playing ballads, R&B, and groovy soca at weddings, parties, and other events is married to a teacher who is loved by her students. And to me, just reading that it rubbed me the wrong way, right? Because I get the impression that what is the point of saying this, right? In this article, in saying it in the context of everything else. Is it a way to soften the views or the image that we have of the couple or the persons involved? Not just the victim, but also the perpetrator. And as I said yesterday, I'm trying to struggle with how to verbalize what it is that I want to say, but I don't know if anybody else I realized from Dianna's responses, she also felt the same way, but I don't know how I feel about it, of that being included. Now, yes, somebody can say that these are facts, that indeed he is easygoing, and yes, that she is also loved by her students, right? But I don't know I really and truly don't know how I feel about it being included in the article, given the nature of everything else. All right, so yeah.
All right, so that is the end of the discussion on that particular topic. Before we head out of this discussion, I just want to highlight some things to you. As you know, we are about education as well. So the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Community College is offering free, FREE, no money, free classes for the whole country. So this is an opportunity for you to gain another skill if you don't already have the skill, or if you have a skill and you just want to probably improve on that particular skill, this is an opportunity for you to do so. The St. Vincent and the Grenadines College, the Center for General and Continuing Education, has launched a series of courses from Georgetown to Chateaubriand and in Beckway. You can go on the SVGCC Facebook page and you can get some more details there, but they're offering some free courses. They're based in zones, so according to where you live, you will be allowed to do that particular course. So for example, for those who are living in the South Leeward area, what is being offered to you is motor vehicle repair at the Camden Park Technical Institute, right? And these run from the 23rd of June to the 7th of August, and the courses are from 5 to 7:30 in the evening. It is a really great opportunity. You have bartending, you have bookkeeping, motor vehicle repair, electrical installation, So they have over 13 courses, right? Introduction to business, introduction to carpentry, introduction to plumbing, customer service, all these wonderful things. And you are being taught for free. All you need to worry about is your transportation to and from the place of learning.
I'm looking to see if I need to make an apology to St. Vincent Times.
Oh, okay.
I'll look it.
All right. So, like I said, you organize your transportation. Maybe a little snack. I don't know. Maybe you might feel a little peckish while you're in classes and you want a little snack. You could probably worry about that as well. But I'm encouraging you. Please, the persons who you know are in the surrounding areas, even if you are not going to take part in the course, you can also reach out to somebody. Always pass on information. Always tell somebody about what is going on. We talk about the young men who we see around the place not doing anything. You can go to them. You can walk with your phone, show them the flyer, or perhaps do something even better. Get the link. And as you're there with them, click on the link and help them to sign up right then and there so that you could say, I helped this particular person, and then you could look out for them to see if they really are going to the class. So pass on the message to those who you think would be interested in this.
All right. So yes, I'm not seeing the article on St. Vincent Times. So St. Vincent Times, although I said I would double check, but I have double checked, and yes, all right. So it was not St. Vincent Times.
All right then, and with that, it is 8:01. We are heading out of this segment. This time check came to us by the New Haven Funeral Home.
Death is a fact of life.